What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Khord here, bringing you an auction house video. I've been actually getting quite a few requests to do. I want to start off by, this is going to be a gold making video. I'm not going to go into the real dollar auction house. I know that my gold is low. I end up spending a lot of it testing new specs, gear, itemization for wizards, since they are such a pain in the ass to play. So, this is not reasonable. And just to prove to you guys that's absolutely 100% true, gold collected just from pickups is almost at 9 million. So, I've been returning a lot into the economy. At least, probably, I'd say 25 to 40-ish million. Anyways, guys, so this is going to be a little tutorial on how to make money on the auction house. I'm going to go over a few things I've written down. One question was selling level items. Unless the stats are crazy or you get level reduction gear, generally you're not going to make a whole lot of money that way. You can probably sell things between 5,000 and 80,000 pretty easily as you're leveling up. I would say 5,000 to 25,000 would be in the 1 to 30-ish range, and then anything above that would be the 30-ish to 50 range. So, if you're looking to sell low-level items, just kind of gauge where the economy is sitting. You're going to have to look at some things. You're going to have to check it out. It's really easy to do. If you're looking for, let's say, I want to sell items between 20 and 35, I can just type it in like that, click armor, and go. And it'll give me kind of a readout. Obviously, like things like this, I don't know who thinks they're going to get, 1.5 mil for this, but anyways, kind of just hit buyout, flip it around, there you go. So when you're looking through here, I try to skip through the bids. I like buyouts, and I know a lot of other people like buyouts as well. And if you can't find the buyout, like as I scroll through here, eventually it's going to cap me on how many pages, 46 pages. Alright, so I wasn't able to find a buyout, and the reason is there's a lot of clutter at the top with this nonsense. So let's go ahead and put in like 125k for 20 to 35. See, now we've got some buyouts here. We can kind of judge what's going on based on the gear we have. And let's say they're rares that we want to sell. We'll do it that way even. So right here, you can kind of gauge like, okay, mine has, let's say my gear I'm selling has intelligence, because that's what I'm used to looking up, and we'll say it's got 50 intel on it. Well, let's go take a look at what things are selling for with 50 intel. Well, that's a level 35 item, 50 intelligence, no vitality on there. Well, let's say that we've got some vitality. Alright, and we'll say that this item has 35 vit. Boom, alright, there you go. You see? Items 50 intel, 35 vit. You can just kind of scroll through, gauge, by armor or level or what you're looking at. It's pretty easy to do. But as you can see, we're ranging from 1,000 at the cheapest to, flip it around, 125k. So some people are finding like this. That's an excellent amulet. I would actually be tempted to buy it, but I'm not going to, and try to resell it. But anyways, so that's an easy way to just kind of check out what's going on, what you can sell things for at lower level items. I don't personally dive into that very much. I don't really care about it. If you're trying to sell weapons with sockets. That's the best plan. High damage with a socket for lower level weapons. Alright, so now we're going to kind of go into priorities on stats. Obviously, the class priorities are the primary stat, which is, intelligence, strength, dexterity, and vitality. And generally, you're going to want to try to find things, if you're looking to make a lot of money, with a high amount, 100 or more, of intelligence, dex, or strength, and then you're going to want to find something with 80 or more vitality on it, on the same item. And if you can do that, you're going to start making a lot of money. If you can find the little secondary attachments to them that are decent: attack speed, bonus damage, all resists, move speed, life percentage, sockets, magic find, gold find. It just depends. So what you're wanting to look for is, I guess I guess the lowest item that I would sell is probably around 60 vitality with 100 of either int strength or dexterity with the proper secondary attached to it. So if it's a helmet, for example, and it's 100 int, 60 vit, and it has a socket, I'm going to put that thing up for 1.5 mil because that's what they go for. We'll go in here. That was just off the top of my head. We'll see how close I was. We'll go into here, helmets. Let's say it's a 60 helmet, so it'll have more armor. Let's go down to intelligence here. Now we said that it had 100 or more, whatever the stat may be. Go into vitality, we'll put 60. Has socket. And it is a level 60 item. So, as you can see, the first little batch that pops up right here, 152 int, 84 vit with an empty socket. I mean, that's a lot of armor, so I mean that thing's selling pretty good. But as you can see, I mean, we got things here, critical hit chance attached to it. I mean, selling for 9 mil, I don't think they're going to get that, but you can kind of see that as long as you've got a base idea of what a class needs, you can pretty well just kind of gauge which you want to sell it at. Health globe, not all that important, and apparently there are a lot more helmets up now with this stat. But so I mean, even in my case, where I haven't sold something that low in a while, you can see that even I'm making mistakes, and I just have to come check and kind of compare what I'm looking at. Now, if I was selling, let's say, my helmet, which is 170 with 55, it has sockets. Flip it around there. Let's go in first buyout. That one looks pretty similar to what I've got, and it's selling for 170k. But I also have magic find on mine and bonus armor. So let's look for something in the 600 armor range. Oh, I think I saw one. There we go. So that's 1.5 mil right there. And that doesn't even have the magic find attached to it. So just be aware of what stats sell and in what combination. High armor is actually fairly important for a wizard. It makes it so we can take a couple of melee hits in the later acts. Witch doctors are looking for mana regen. They're looking for high intelligence, item attack speed. Anything with item attack speed will generally sell for a lot if you've got a primary and vitality on there. Let's see here. What else? What other questions? I guess I can go over an overview of what the classes are looking for. Witch doctors are looking for high intelligence, item attack speed, mana regen, critical damage, move speed. Tanking monks are looking for dex, vitality, all resistances, with a single resist attached as well. Life on hit, block percentage, armor. It's real just basic stuff, guys. The barbarian is looking for strength, vitality, all resist, life on hit, block percentage, armor. All of the tanking classes are pretty similar, except a barbarian is looking for high all resist, while a monk is looking for a high all resist with an attached high resist of a single kind across all of the gear. Demon hunters are looking for dexterity, item attack speed, move speed, max discipline, critical hit damage, critical hit. Wizards are looking for item attack speed, crit damage, intelligence, vitality, move speed, and any of these things that I'm listing. So, for example, like my helmet, I don't even think that I'm going to find one. I might be able to here. Let's see if I can find one with magic attached to it, magic find attached. Oh, here's gold attached. It's at a 200,000 bid. That'll go up real fast if people spot it. But at 3 million buyout. Let's see if... There we go. So this is closer to what I have here. Except the armor is still much lower. 3 mil for the helmet. If you've got magic find attached with really good raw stats, you're going to make some money. So that's the kind of stuff you need to be watching out for. anything from what I can tell now, since more people are farming the higher axe, like these are actually fairly low when it comes to the stats that I'm wearing, the shoulders. You're gonna want to be looking for stuff that's in the 150 range. You know, that's where you'll really make a lot of money. That's where you'll start seeing some good returns on your gear. So let's talk about legendaries for a little bit here, and set items. Set items and legendaries, those are so freaking hard. The legendaries are underpowered right now. You're probably going to be looking at getting 100 to 300k for a legendary that isn't part of the popular group that's actually good. And by popular group, for example, I mean like Lacuni Prowlers or Boj Anglers, like the Boj Anglers that I actually have up right now that I'm selling for 2.5 mil. And then, you know, Hammer Jammers selling for 3.5 mil because those are another popular item. So if you know that a legendary is popular, make sure you're looking it up, browsing through the prices, checking on stats. Sockets are super important on set items. Now, kind of going into the set item thing. Like this chest piece is actually really garbage. The one that I picked up 4 weeks ago for, I think I bought it for 300k. This thing is garbage, just absolute garbage. You want to find things, if you can find a set item with raw stats on it, intelligence, vitality, and sockets attached, for example, we'll just go ahead and we'll do the Tal Rasha thing since I know it. Intelligence, vitality, legendary, you know, 60. Here we go. So we've got some crests here. You know, that'll sell for a bit. If you've got the socket in them, it's going to sell. So just be aware of that. Let's see if I can find a chest piece here. Kind of cruise on through. Oh, well, I'm set on helmets, so that doesn't help our case. There we go, chest. So anyways, let's check this out real quick. So, you know, this guy knows he's got 2 sockets in there. That's huge. Huge to have sockets in there. It basically allows you to customize the gear. I mean, that like, for example, this Tyrael's Might, if you put in 234 int gems, you're going to be over 200 intelligence on that item. So if you find sockets on a set item, you're probably balling and you're going to make quite a bit of money. Make sure you look up what the cost is. If there are no items up that are like set items that have, there, we'll see if I remove some of this, if it'll actually, I don't think there's any Tal Rashas up with, oh yeah, there is. So there you go. Why they put dexterity in there, I don't know. But anyways, the guardianship, you know, if you find one that's, for example, like that, you're going to make money because you can customize it. That's 84 intelligence right there that you just slapped into it, and this guy's trying to sell it for 30 mil. I'd personally look for 10. But, you know, just if you find something that makes you wonder, look it up. Don't just discard it. Always look it up. Always try to find that bonus. Anyways, so now let's go talk about completed auctions here. As you can see, a lot of my stuff doesn't sell. I just keep putting it up. I keep reselling it. So, and you know, we'll just scroll down a little bit because, you know, like this piece, it was a blue, sold for 318,000. You know, these things I sold for 467. I could have probably gotten more out of them, but I wanted a quick buy. As you can see, I buy out a lot of things because I'm testing a lot of stuff. So once again, that's why my money is low. But this right here, 20 of 50 item limit, oh, this is just great. I keep all of this garbage in my little item limit stash. I don't bother moving it around much. If I want to resell something, I'll just clear space in my actual stash. Like here, see, I've got a 2 slot there. I'll be like, oh, well, I guess I want to try to sell these 188 int gloves again with the 29% critical hit damage attached to them. So I'm going to send them to my stash, and then I'm just going to immediately go here and resell them. You know, I'm just going to resell. Obviously, I can't do that, but that's the example I use. Don't be afraid to let stuff sit in there. Just don't forget about it. Also, if you do run banks, don't forget that, you know, you need to sell out of your banks as well, or else you start running into space issues. As you can see, I have a lot of garbage that's just sitting around being waiting to sell because they limit us to 10 auctions. Pick your auctions smart. I'm actually not selling very good right now because most of these items I have up, I'm not going to highlight them, are very high priced items. The buyouts on these aren't set because I've got them set at bids, but all of these items I have up are, besides the ones listed at buyout underneath, are over $1 million, and that's not smart. That was actually a big screw up on my part. Don't do that. Sell, like, keep 3 or 4 slots to keep funneling out stuff that you think will sell for between 10 and 300k, and put it up for that much, and try to keep funneling stuff out while the high priced ones sit and keep having to get reposted till someone can afford them. The other thing I'm going to touch on is the buyout versus the bid. Make sure you're putting buyouts on your stuff. People will tend to get compulsive and click the buyout even if it's cheaper or more expensive than a bid on another item. On that, if you are one of my subscribers and watching this video, play bids, guys. That's how I honestly get a lot of my gear. For example, let's see if I can find it. So this belt, not terrible. Got percentage life, magical find, a fair amount of intelligence, vitality. I got it for 230k on a bid. I could probably resell it for 6 to 900,000. And that's just because of the magic find. Like, honestly, the magic find is huge. If you can find raw stats, like, even if they're not super good stats, people want items like this. Like, if I were to upgrade this, I would find something that's like 180 intelligence with vitality and hopefully percentage life again, and I wouldn't care about anything else because I'm going to save this belt and I'm going to put it on just before I kill elites. And the reason that I can do that is because it still has decent stats. So make sure you're aware of that. Amulets and rings. Those are high priced and they will kick your butt. Same rules apply for them, but they are just incredibly expensive. And if you happen to find good rings and amulets, you are ballin'. You will make a lot of money. I mean, like, I don't know what this guy's thinking, 700 million gold. But anyways, so, I mean, look at these socketed rings. They're out of control. All these have are sockets. Like, I didn't even look for anything in particular. Just sockets. And just the cheapest one is 2 million. So, and that's obviously in legendary and sets. But, even this, I'm still scrolling through, 2-digit millions. There we go. Okay, now we're in the single-digit millions, and we're almost at page 46. Oh my goodness, it's still not going down. I mean, page 46, without specifying things on rares, 3 million. Like, just things are out of control. So, if you find amulets or rings with even moderately good stats, you'll get a lot of money for those. So hold on to those, look them up. Alright. Let's go over a little list here. Witch Doctor, high intelligence, item attack speed, mana regen, critical damage, move speed, monk, dex, vit, all resist, with a single resist attached, life on hit, armor, block percentage, barbarian, strength, vitality, all resists, life on hit, block percentage, armor. Demon Hunter, dexterity, item attack speed, move speed, max discipline, critical hit damage, critical hit. Wizard, item attack speed, crit damage, intelligence, vitality, move speed. All of these are just a little breakdown on stats that if you find it attached to something, those are you can see item attack speed is pretty much across the board. You find something with item attack speed, you're going to get money for it. You find something with move speed, there's 3 classes that probably want that. So, make sure you're looking this stuff up, guys. That's a little breakdown on how to make money through here. Check out my other video if you want to figure out how to search through a little bit faster. If I didn't touch on something, please feel free to leave me a comment. I'll try to respond to your comment. I'll probably be making another one of these once some of the stats and priorities change after the patch. But I figure Why not? You guys deserve some information based on how to make gold. And I have made, once again, I want to reiterate, I'm at 131,000 right now, but I've probably made, I'll even be mean to myself. I've made in the range of 25 million-ish gold. It's probably higher than that, but I'm going to lowball myself and say that's about all I've made. So, those are some of the stats you want to look for. Don't be afraid to keep reposting items, because that'll happen a lot. If you've got a high-priced item, you need to keep reposting it. Don't get discouraged. You can cheapen it up a little bit if you need to. If you're really pressed for money, bring it down 20% or something like that, and see if you can get a quick sale. Otherwise, don't lowball yourselves, guys. The way you make money is you don't lowball. You just keep posting. There is no reason not to. Blizzard doesn't charge us to. So, that's a little breakdown of the gold auction house. I'm not going to go into the real dollar auction house because it's still a little bit out of control and people don't really know what the dollar amount is versus gold amount yet. So, if you guys want to make money, that's kind of a breakdown. And fill your stashes up, look for things to sell, keep posting, undercut if you need to, check prices, important things. And that is how you will make tons of gold in Diablo 3 and get those characters geared. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you're hitting that like button. Don't be afraid to share the video. I think they've got a nice little share button now. Don't forget to subscribe to keep track of all the things I'm covering, whether it be Diablo 3 and my many numerous characters I intend to have in Inferno, or World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Starcraft 2, and I will probably be breaking into things such as Black Ops 2 when it is released. Once again, don't be afraid to leave comments. I will respond to them as often as I possibly can. And I will see you guys at the next video. Khord out.